Hello, LegendAqua here, and okay, so Brown Dust had a huge maintenance, like spanning nearly over a week, and because of this, we get, for veterans and beginners I should say, this Jumpstart quest where for the entire week, and this last 2 weeks by the way, if you do missions, you'll get 5-star and 4-star units, and then after you finish the 7th day, you get a legendary, one of these 5. But before I even do this, first thing to note, yes, you can see what was it, this time I got reincarnated as a slime character, because, well, yeah, I did the event and I got Rimuru Tempest, yeah, 6-starred Rimuru, and got Milanava, which is only a +2, but yeah, why not? And I awakened them. And on speaking of awakening, yeah, I've awakened a few characters as well: Surrender, Nia, Alk, Orion, Corette, Hel, Destineria, Narissa, and Angelica, which is the first legendary I pulled. Okay, so one last thing before I even do my picks is that they gave us 60 legendary scrolls and 1,000 gems for the huge compensation for being down for over a week, and I'm aiming for Levia if I can, as well as any other supporters or just any other units that might come up. This might change my picks, so this is the best way of gauging what I'm going to pick. So let's do the first temples and see who we get. If I get nobody, I'm going with the picks that I'm going for. And do remember, I'm just a player that's been playing for give or take 2 months. Like, I don't have any characters like that's +10, and this is a huge head start for me now. As for newbies, yeah, as I said, just do this for an entire week. You can get your first legendary. Something that took, give or take, for me a month to get my first Angelica. That's saying something. Guys, I forgot him. Like, seriously, for anybody who is really interested in Brown Dust, just, you can get your first legendary in about a week. That is something that took me, give or take, a month. Yeah, so go for it. Oh, come on. Okay, new guy. Doesn't look good. Oh, one more. Come on. Oh, Rene's companion. Okay. Just getting 4 stars. Only got 40 more scrolls left. Oh, already. One more. Nope. Ah, grosser. Oh. Nope. Vincent, okay. Come on. One more. Oh, speaking of slime, got an update on it. Isabella's companion, alright. Does the scrolls actually get... No, it doesn't. I need to spend gems with this. Ugh. I might spend some gems. If I absolutely have to. Come on. Oh, guys. Come on. On what? No. Who was it? Is it somebody new? Okay. Another companion. I think I got him. Oh, serious? Okay, I can add another plus to her. Okay, so something good there at least. Not looking good. Okay, 4-star at least. And Leia! Okay, she's actually one of the pits. Okay, you got her. Yeah, Leia's the only good one there. Alright. Ooh, I need to sort out my barracks after this. On what? Another layer. +2. Come on more. Oh! Alright. Yeah, she's actually good for, what was it? She's actually good for debuffing. Actually gets rid of, yeah, immune to debuff skill type. Okay, so I need to clear my barracks. Okay, so the scrolls gave me mostly 4 stars, and it didn't decrease the pull right there because it's still 500. So I'm gonna pull, give or take 3 multis is the best I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's the best I can do for that because, yeah, I will still want to save up my gems for maybe 1 costume after this. So let's go. Go for Levia. Come on, please. It's like a mid-pull and mid-pull, of course. Plus I get mileage, so yeah. Much needed mileage. If I get 4k, maybe, I'm not too sure. Maybe I can get a 5-star that's also including Levia, I'm not too sure. Oh, come on. Who was it? I already have her, so I can plus her. Oh boy. 1 more. That's all I'm doing. Last one. and then I'll get to my picks. Oh! Oh, please, please. Please be Levia. Vermont. Haven't heard of him before. Okay, another Vincent. Okay, I guess they are the 5-star scatter, it's not just Levia. Hunt continues with that. Not looking good after this. So what does Vincent do? Okay, so he's a defender. Taking defense. Receives attack and crit boost upon receiving. Okay. Immune to. Ooh. Okay. Prohibits mercenaries from sub. Okay. He's a bit unique. I might use him, but considering the defenders that I'm going to get, there's a likely chance he's just gonna be stuck in my barracks. Okay, let me just get my barracks done one more time, and then start my perks. Oh, what's this showing up? Okay, so let's get to the picks now. Yeah, the scrolls. Yeah, I'm going with the picks that I'm going for. Okay, so first up is Warrior, Anastasia. I heard she's not good in the meta. Okay, so first thing I should say is, what am I going for? Waifu or meta? I'm gonna try and mix both together because I think I'm up to that stage where I kind of need units just to like not carry me, just I need them long term. So long term as well as waifu, obviously. So Anastasia, I heard that she's dropping out of the meta now. Same for Wilhelmina, although I do like her, not to mention she's actually named after one of my favorite anime characters. Yeah, okay. Delvey, it has to be Delvey, in my opinion. I don't care about the rest here. Maybe Christina, but Delvey, I heard she is extremely useful. Transforms into 9-tailed fox and strikes with great force. Yeah, so defense skyrockets, her attack skyrockets plus additional damage, and becomes immune to debuff. Agility goes up, so essentially her entire stats goes up. And ability to charm enemies upon receiving normal attack. She is like, she's an all-rounder. Like, I'm getting Delvey no matter what. Yep, and she's +9 obviously, so +9 and Awaken. This is why it's so good for beginners just to do this, seriously. Immediately Awaken, that is crazy. Next up is Supporters. Okay, so obviously I've got Cirrus, who's already a 5-star Awakened. Serendia, I'm actually more or less working on her, so I want more copies, so yeah. Same goes for Narissa. And Vincent showed up. Elijah, not so much. Quick, I heard he's just pretty much... I think he's one of those suicidal bombers, but as a supporter, which is kind of weird. So, to all this, I am actually going for Annalise. I might actually +10 her with this because I got another copy of her. The main reason why she's so good is, well, one, healing, support, obviously, but just the immunity to debuff. I think she's just gonna be good for me for that. I know that debuff doesn't come in game, but I'm not looking towards that for now. Not to mention I don't have much choice since I actually have the rest of these characters, and some of them I don't really like at all, especially Quick. So I'm going with Annalise with this. Whatever. I can't say her name properly. Next up, Defender. Now this is a hard one, since I already got a Cecilia, but obviously she's not plus, like she's not 5, or she's not 6-star, and obviously not +9, but she's still useful towards me. Chloe? I heard she is massively good, and I'm not talking about her chest. Her HP, 18,000. She has one of the highest HP pools in the game for 1 unit. And then, to add that, max damage plus additional damage, 10%. She heals every turn, makes enemies concentrate attack on her, and deflects incoming damage by half whatever the enemy is attacking with. I heard, like, she's good for beginners as well as, say, people like me, I suppose, who's only starting doing this for about 2 months or so. She's my pick, but going with that, I heard I can't even say these names. Lysilis is good for Guild Wars, but I'm not really into Guild Wars. I don't have a guild. Aaron, I heard that Aaron is pretty much what Chloe does, but lesser, so go for Chloe. Glacier, I heard she's good, but you need to not make her, like, even as a +9, you need to get her to a +15. And to get her to a +15, you need to get her companions, which is not out yet. And I need the help now. Kaylin, I'm kind of interested in her with powerful effects against enemies who has combat stigma. I do have characters who has combat stigma, so counteracts with additional damage, enemies upon receiving normal attack, counterattacks, normal debuff. Okay, yeah, that's a huge loss status with that one. But I do get what that means. Agility, so she's speedy as well for a defender. And she pretty much, yeah, okay. Reduces enemies' attack and support ranges to 1 tile. Combat stigma disappears when mercenary applies. Combat stigma dies. Enemy support minus 300%. In other words, enemies don't get support. And enemies' attack just goes down to 30%. That is crazy. Sir, I've heard, is similar to Anastasia. She's dropping out of the meta. Like, Sir is pretty much, yeah, a lesser version of Chloe, just with Death Affliction. Like, as this one says, applies Death Infliction to enemies upon receiving normal attack. In other words, if an enemy attacks her, obviously she's going to deal with all these, so she's going to heal afterwards, and she's going to be immune to debuff, concentrate all the attacks on her. But if the enemy survives her attack, like next turn after they get afflicted, they'll die afterwards. But might as well go with brute force than anything else. So yeah, it was between Glacier and Chloe for me this entire time. Zenith, I heard she's situational. Arcan, I don't really care. Denmaron, I heard is only good for 1 world boss, which makes him extremely niche. Kaylin, yeah, okay. Kaylin, Glacier, Chloe. Glacier, I heard you have to make her +15 in order to do that, but she doesn't have that right now. And I'm not in the... Well, I'm not a whale to get her to +15 anyways. I need support now. Kaylin, she's good for different reasons. So I'm going with Chloe, unfortunately. I just think she's just going to be much more useful towards me. Like, outright. Day 4, this one is going to be kind of easier, since I've got all of these characters, actually besides Zarka and Nias and Kyle and Dr. Logic. Okay, fine, I don't have majority of them, but for the ones that I like anyways. I've got Hell, and I'm actually going to 6-star her soon, But I'm going with Ishtar with this one. Mainly for the fact that she eliminates multiple defenders. I kind of need this because a lot of the PvP aspect right now has a lot of tanky defenders, so I do kind of want to eliminate that, and she's the best way. And I can actually maybe plus 12 her by now because I've got additional copies of her anyways, so why not? So this was an easy pick. Cool. Day 5. Oh boy, here we go. Michaela, okay, she already has a problem, and I think she's more or less for people that is not me, that's played for this for like 5 months instead of playing for 2 or 3 months. Because of this is the hardest problem for me. Because yes, she supports 30% boost attack, reduces incoming damage, but then here's the biggest problem: consumes allies' HP by 35% of their max HP. In other words, she's gonna sap your allies' HP for support, boost, and reducing incoming damage. It's give and take. It's give and take with this one. I do see why it's good. It's taking out HP for attack and reducing incoming damage. She actually might be good for Chloe, in my opinion. She's immune to damage over time abilities, and she increases all ally stats by 5%, so that kind of mitigates the taking of HP. And she's also immune to debuff. I do get it, and she's really good long term because all you need is some units that will heal or lifesteal, can deal with that problem, can deal with that HP stat problem. Floria, I heard nah. Idolin is kind of niche, like she's really niche. Lalia, I've already got her, so I might just work on her, to be all honest. Vinaka, here we go. So she supports allies with long-lasting effects, so max HP and healing and support. Yep. Becomes immune to attack interference, supports and damage boost crit. That is crazy. And removes attack interference skill types applied to enemies. In other words, she's an all-round support. She just does that. And she, like Vinaka, is also good with Michaela. Like, these two will go together. If you have Vinaka, Michaela, and a good DPS warrior unit, you're set. Because Vinaka just heals everything. Well, heals all the allies, while Michaela does the boosting of stats with the mitigation of the HP sap. Like, that is crazy. Having these two together is crazy. But Michaela's biggest... it's long term over short term, which is what I have a problem with. Everybody down here, I don't really care, unfortunately. So Michaela... Okay, just let me see here. Immune to debuff skill type. Boosts allies stats. Okay, so that's not that bad. Makes allies immune to damage over time. So in other words, pure damage is what will kill my units instead of, you know, sap, poison, blah blah blah. And this lasts for 10 turns. I am... Like, I heard that Vinaka is actually better for me, for a person who's been playing this for 2 to 3 months. But Michaela is good long term. And the thing is, I do have support units that does heal over time. But she's good alright. Okay, yeah. I thought I was getting Vinaka. You know what? I'm getting Michaela. She might have a detriment, but I can maybe mitigate this later on. So I'm sticking with Michaela. Oh, okay. Just go for that. Okay, this one's gonna be really easy. I've already got... Yeah, this is one where I can say I got every single unit. Just not obviously 6 stars. Except one. Viola. Greatly weakens multiple enemies in the far rear, sorry. I actually need this, because a lot of the PvE situations I have, a lot of the tanky units are at the back, and this can help me. Actually, just see her story. Amy. Oh, voice it. Actually, she's voiced by her. So this one's an easy pick. Viola, absolutely. And here we go. Defender. Wait, is this 4-star Defender? Oh, that's 4-star. Okay, so this is gonna be another easy one. I got everybody except Frederica and the robot dude and Martina, and you saw me getting grosser. I'm actually going with Frederica with this one because she's a warrior defender hybrid with the ability to remove enemies' buffs. That is crazy. I want her just for that. I've already got Arena as well, which you also saw from my polls, that in which she nullifies enemies' powerful debuffs. But on speaking with that, I've got a lot of units right now from my picks that you just saw in which they're immune to debuffs. So I'm going with Federica where I can just get rid of the enemy's debuffs. Just makes much more sense in my opinion. And if I got more copies of her, that's great. I can just plus 10 her now. Okay, last one. The legendaries. Alec, I heard he's good. And I also heard he's really good with Michaela, which I just picked before. Angelica, I already picked her. If I can get more copies of her later or whatever, just any way to plus 9 her later on, I can do that. I don't need more copies of her, to be honest. Narutus, everyone's going for him. You can see it, why it's hot and everything. Not really. It's like I'm picking between Grand Hilda and I can't even say her name, Rafflesia. So she greatly weakens enemies by reflecting the debuffs. She's your typical tank. You know, gets enemies attacks to concentrate on oneself. Reflects the debuff to the enemy. So in other words, if the enemy has a debuff they can do, they just reflect it right on to the attacker. She's good for that reason. And she heals by 6%, which is kind of, yeah, it's kind of out there. And she's voiced by, I kind of know. Okay, there's that. And Rafflesia. So she removes debuffs skill type to applied allies, so in other words, she does what Annalise does. As well as Frederica, to be honest. Allies counterattack with additional damage to enemies upon receiving normal attack. Enemies attack by 35% additional damage. That is, yeah, that is crazy. Reduces allies' incoming damage by about 20%. That is amazing. And immune to debuff skill type. And, oh, have to go back to her. Voiced by Inori Minase. So in Symphogear terms, it's Kitika or Brandhilda, or Carol for Rafflesia for me. That's my pick. And considering the defender that I put, which is Cowley and Federica for the 4-star, I think I'm pretty much set, to be honest. Not to mention I already got Cecilia as well as Rimuru Tempest, who is actually a pretty good defender. So with that being said, Granhilda is actually not obsolete, but I might get her as well as maybe Alec later on. Yup, I'm going with Carol again. Like, I heard she's one of the best supports in the game. So, yeah, obviously I'm gonna get her. Okay, so, all that done. Let's get a costume. A costume I can actually put on. Okay, it is rather pricey, to be honest, but, who can I give, well, whatever to? Nope. Felicia on there. God, not to mention it's pricey as well. Yeah, if I got Granhilda, I will give that to her. Let's see. Thank you. Lamina, Verona. Is anything I can actually put on anybody? Maybe that. Yeah, I missed out on a Disney Child one. I came just after it. Lily, Alk, Elise, Helena, Foxy. I'm actually not too sure. Not too sure. Not going with that, otherwise FBI open up. You know what? Since I got Cecilia and I use her a lot, going with this. Okay, and since I got 1,000 left, let's do one more try on the Legend Scrolls. I just want to bump my mileage up, so come on, Levia, please show up. Come on what? Nah. Oh, okay. Can plus her now. Come on. Ah. Who was it? Cree. Okay, using you. Oh. Turn dark. No. Oh. Oh. Yes. Okay. That's... Okay, fine. That's a decent 4-star pulls, in my opinion. Oh, and the mileage. Okay, so... Sorry for the really long video, but yeah, I had to get a lot done, to be honest. But I'm actually really happy with my picks. I actually really wasn't expecting to get Michaela. I was actually like dead set on trying to get Vanaka, but Michaela is just so good for long term that I might as well keep her. Hopefully she will last, as well as keep my allies buffed up. So for newbies and veterans alike, in the comments below if you are playing or not, who did you pick? Comment below and let me know, and I will leave it here. With that, LA out.